Everything reflects you, how your inner world shapes your life. Introduction. Imagine looking at every person, every situation, and every outcome in your life as if it were a mirror reflecting back the choices you've made and the beliefs you hold within. What if every joy, every setback, and every connection is not just happening to you, but is a direct result of your inner world? This perspective invites us to take a step back and realize that the way we think, feel, and respond is constantly shaping our reality in ways we may not even be aware of. In this journey, we'll explore how the relationship between your inner world and your external life is deeply connected. Everything in your life is a reflection of choices you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. Understanding this dynamic isn't just about self-awareness, it's about reclaiming your power to shape your reality with intention and purpose. Together, we'll uncover practical insights and techniques to help you cultivate an empowered inner world, aligning your mind and heart to reflect the life you truly desire. So let's embark on this transformative journey, one that shows you how to be the author of your reflections and create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Chapter 1. The Mirror of Relationships. Our relationships are like mirrors, reflecting back parts of who we are, sometimes in ways we might not immediately see. The people who support and uplift us often mirror our strengths and the positive qualities we have within ourselves. They can show us kindness, compassion, and confidence, qualities that are already a part of us, even if we don't always recognize them. On the other hand, those who challenge or frustrate us can reveal areas where we need growth. When someone tests our patience or triggers negative emotions, it's often a sign that there's something inside us that needs attention or healing. Instead of viewing these difficult people as problems, we can see them as teachers, showing us the parts of ourselves that may need work, like patience, forgiveness, or resilience. When we understand that every relationship, good or challenging, reflects something within us, we can approach these connections with more gratitude. Conflicts and misunderstandings can become opportunities for learning and personal growth. We can start asking, what is this person showing me about myself? This perspective helps us use relationships as tools for self-discovery and evolution, making us more understanding, compassionate, and balanced individuals. Each interaction is a chance to learn more about who we truly are. By seeing relationships as mirrors, we become more mindful of our reactions and responses. We also start to attract people who reflect our positive changes, creating a cycle of growth and self-awareness that enriches our lives. This powerful mindset shift allows us to appreciate every person as a unique reflection of our inner journey. Chapter 2. Your environment as an extension of your mind. The spaces we live and work in often reflect what's happening inside our minds. If you think about it, an organized and peaceful environment usually mirrors a calm and focused mind. On the other hand, clutter and chaos in our surroundings can reflect feelings of stress, overwhelm, or indecision within us. Our physical space is like a canvas, showing the inner workings of our thoughts and emotions. When we take steps to tidy up or improve our surroundings, it can have a powerful effect on our mood and mindset. For example, creating a calm corner for yourself with things that inspire you, like a favorite book, a plant, or a candle, can help create a mental space where you feel more at ease. By organizing and decluttering, we clear not only our physical environment, but also free up mental space, making it easier to think clearly and feel in control. Each change in our environment has the potential to bring us closer to the mindset we want to cultivate. Surrounding ourselves with items and colors that bring us joy, for instance, can invite positivity and calm into our lives. This is why paying attention to our environment is so important. It's not just a background setting, but an active force that affects our energy, thoughts, and emotions every day. When we create spaces that reflect the peace, focus, and joy we want to experience, it's like sending a message to our minds. This is how I want to feel. It's a way to support our personal growth and well-being, making our environment an ally on our journey toward a happier and more balanced life. Chapter 3. The Power of Your Emotions in Shaping Reality. Our emotions are powerful lenses that shape how we experience the world. Think of emotions as the color of a lens through which we see everything. They influence what we notice, how we react, and even what we remember. Positive emotions like gratitude, joy, and love make the world seem brighter and more welcoming, while negative emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness can make our surroundings seem heavy and challenging. In this way, our emotional state greatly impacts our reality, guiding what we focus on and how we interpret our experiences. For example, if we carry feelings of gratitude, we tend to notice more things to be thankful for, attracting positive situations and connections. On the other hand, if we feel resentment or anger, we're likely to see more conflicts and misunderstandings, reinforcing that negative outlook. Emotions don't just happen to us, they also shape the reality we create by attracting similar experiences and responses from others. Understanding the power of emotions helps us realize that we have a choice. We can allow emotions to control us, or we can manage them to improve our reality. By practicing emotional awareness, we start to recognize when emotions arise and can take steps to guide them in healthier directions. Simple practices like deep breathing, gratitude journaling, or mindful reflection can help shift negative emotions to more positive ones, allowing us to experience life with greater peace and clarity. Learning to manage our emotions is like becoming the director of our inner world, choosing which emotions to amplify and which to let go. This doesn't mean ignoring difficult feelings. Instead, it's about learning from them without letting them control us. Embracing the power of our emotions allows us to create a life that reflects our true desires, rather than just reacting to circumstances. By aligning our emotions with our values and goals, we can shape a more fulfilling and joyful reality. Chapter 4. Thoughts as the Blueprint of Life. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful. They are the foundation or blueprint of everything we experience in life. Every belief we hold, every action we take, and every habit we form starts with a single thought. Positive, constructive thoughts build us up, setting the stage for growth and success, while negative or limiting thoughts can create obstacles, keeping us from reaching our full potential. Understanding the impact of our thoughts is the first step in learning to create a life that reflects our deepest values and dreams. When we focus on positive and empowering thoughts, we begin to attract more of what we want into our lives. For example, when you think, "I am capable and resilient," you start to believe it, which influences the actions you take. This belief builds confidence and drives you to seek opportunities and face challenges with determination. On the flip side, if you often think, "I'm not good enough," this thought limits you, creating a mental barrier that can hold you back from pursuing what truly matters to you. Becoming aware of our thoughts helps us see patterns that might be helping or hindering us. For example, if you catch yourself in a cycle of negative thinking, such as doubting your abilities or fearing failure, you can choose to reframe these thoughts. Instead of "I might fail," try thinking, "This is a chance to learn and grow." Changing our thought patterns is like rewriting the blueprint, making way for a more positive and fulfilling life. Creating intentional thoughts is like planting seeds that grow into the reality we want. By regularly feeding our minds with thoughts of self-belief, hope, and possibility, We shape a reality that aligns with our goals and values. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult thoughts altogether, but rather guiding our minds to focus on those that empower and uplift us. Over time, this positive mental blueprint becomes the foundation of a life that reflects who we truly want to be. Chapter 5. Self-Beliefs and the Outer Reality. Our beliefs about ourselves act like powerful filters that shape how we see the world and what we believe is possible for us. These self-beliefs, whether positive or negative, create boundaries around what we think we can achieve and what we believe we deserve. When we hold empowering beliefs like, "I am capable of handling challenges," we feel more confident and resilient, encouraging us to take action and embrace opportunities. On the other hand, limiting beliefs, such as "I'm not good enough," can hold us back, keeping us from even trying to reach our goals. Our outer reality often mirrors these inner beliefs, sometimes without us realizing it. For instance, someone who believes they aren't worthy of success might unconsciously avoid opportunities that could lead to it. On the other hand, if you believe in your ability to grow and succeed, you're more likely to take risks, try new things, and push through setbacks. These beliefs act like self-fulfilling prophecies, creating cycles that reinforce what we believe about ourselves. To change our outer reality, it's essential to examine and reshape these beliefs. Start by asking yourself what beliefs you hold about your abilities, your worth, and your potential. Are these beliefs helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Recognizing a limiting belief is the first step in transforming it. For example, if you identify the belief, "I always fail," try replacing it with, "Every experience is a chance to learn and improve." With practice, this new belief can empower you to take actions that reflect a more positive self-image. Building empowering beliefs requires consistent self-reflection and practice. By intentionally choosing beliefs that align with your goals, you begin to change your actions and eventually your reality. These new beliefs will act like magnets, attracting people, experiences, and opportunities that resonate with them. This process of transforming beliefs allows us to actively shape a life that reflects our true potential, helping us grow into the best version of ourselves. Chapter 6. Facing life's challenges as inner lessons. Challenges are a universal part of life, yet how we interpret them can transform them into powerful tools for growth. When we face difficulties, we often view them as obstacles in our way. But what if we saw them as lessons, unique opportunities for self-reflection and self-improvement? Life's challenges act as mirrors, reflecting our inner fears, insecurities, and hidden strengths. By examining these reflections, we can gain insights into ourselves that might otherwise remain hidden. Consider a challenging relationship, for example. When someone frustrates or disappoints us, it's natural to place the blame on them or the situation. However, by asking, "What is this experience trying to teach me about myself?" we open the door to a deeper understanding. Maybe the frustration reveals a need to develop patience or to set healthy boundaries. Maybe it points out areas where we're overly dependent on others for validation or approval. In this way, the challenge becomes a teacher, guiding us toward personal growth. Each challenge we face is an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Life has a way of presenting us with situations that highlight our weaknesses or unhealed wounds, not to discourage us, but to help us address them. For instance, if you find yourself repeatedly encountering situations where you feel undervalued, it could be a lesson urging you to build self-worth and confidence. Or if financial struggles keep arising, it may be life's way of encouraging you to develop discipline, responsibility, or even a deeper appreciation for what you already have. Approaching challenges with a mindset of curiosity can be transformative. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try reframing the question to, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective turns challenges from burdens into opportunities. You become less of a passive victim of circumstance and more of an active participant in your growth journey. Life's difficulties then become stepping stones, each one contributing to the person you're becoming. Learning from challenges doesn't mean avoiding pain or discomfort. It's about developing the resilience to face them head-on, knowing that each struggle has something valuable to offer. By confronting our fears and vulnerabilities, we gain strength and build courage, skills that will serve us in all aspects of life. The more we embrace these inner lessons, the less we are controlled by fear and the more we are motivated by wisdom. Embracing challenges as inner lessons also cultivates gratitude, even for life's hardships. When we see how much we grow through tough times, we can start to appreciate them as necessary parts of our journey. This doesn't mean we have to enjoy difficult moments, but we can respect them for what they offer. Every challenge teaches us something essential, whether it's patience, compassion, perseverance, or humility. This mindset helps us build a life that is not only resilient to setbacks, but also filled with purpose and understanding. By facing life's challenges as inner lessons, we become the authors of our own story. Instead of being pushed around by circumstances, we start to shape our responses in ways that align with our highest selves. This ongoing practice allows us to live a more fulfilling, peaceful, and empowered life, where every experience, good or bad, becomes a chapter in our journey of personal growth. Chapter 7. Success as a reflection of self-worth. Success is often thought of as something external, a destination we reach through hard work, skills, and sometimes a bit of luck. But at its core, true success is a reflection of how we see and value ourselves. Our beliefs about our worth shape not only what we pursue, but also what we believe we deserve. When we feel a strong sense of self-worth, we set higher goals, make better choices, and are willing to take risks, because deep down, we believe we're capable and deserving of success. Conversely, when we struggle with self-doubt or a lack of self-worth, we might shy away from opportunities, fear failure, or even self-sabotage, unknowingly putting limitations on our potential. Imagine that self-worth is like a foundation. Just as a strong foundation can support a tall, solid building, a strong sense of self-worth can support your ability to achieve big goals and handle challenges along the way. When this foundation is shaky, however, it's hard to build anything lasting or meaningful on top of it. If you don't believe you're deserving or capable of achieving your goals, you're likely to give up at the first sign of difficulty or be too afraid to start at all. Self-worth isn't just about feeling good about yourself. It's about genuinely believing in your right to pursue success, happiness, and fulfillment. This belief is what drives people to keep going despite setbacks, what gives them the courage to take risks, and what fuels their passion and resilience. For instance, someone with high self-worth will see a failure not as proof of inadequacy, but as a stepping stone for learning and growth. They'll understand that a single setback doesn't define them, but rather adds to their experience and strength. This confidence and resilience reflect a deep-rooted understanding of one's inherent value. Our self-worth often develops early in life, influenced by our experiences, the messages we receive from others, and the standards we set for ourselves. Many people unknowingly carry beliefs from childhood that limit their sense of self-worth, such as, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve happiness." These beliefs can be so deeply ingrained that they shape every choice and action we take as adults, quietly holding us back from the success we're capable of achieving. To change this, we must actively work to build and reinforce our self-worth. This starts with recognizing our inner dialogue and challenging negative beliefs. Instead of accepting thoughts like, "I'm not smart enough" or "I'll never succeed," practice reframing them into affirmations of your value and potential. Try saying to yourself, "I am capable of learning and growing," or "I deserve to pursue my dreams." Over time, these affirmations help to reshape your subconscious beliefs, building a foundation of self-worth that supports your ambitions. Another powerful tool for developing self-worth is self-compassion. Often, we are our harshest critics, quick to judge ourselves for every perceived flaw or mistake. Self-compassion encourages us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend. When we make a mistake, instead of spiraling into self-doubt, we can acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward. Self-compassion helps us let go of the pressure to be perfect and instead accept ourselves as human, with strengths and weaknesses alike. This acceptance reinforces our self-worth, making it easier to pursue our goals without the fear of failure. Building self-worth also involves setting boundaries. When we truly value ourselves, we're less likely to let others take advantage of our time, energy, or kindness. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect that communicates to others and ourselves that our needs and well-being matter. This doesn't just protect us from burnout and resentment. It also reinforces the belief that we deserve to be treated with respect and consideration. As we grow in self-worth, we begin to notice a shift in the success we experience. We attract better opportunities, make wiser decisions, and approach challenges with greater resilience. This is because a high sense of self-worth aligns us with success. It creates a mindset that views challenges as opportunities, setbacks as temporary, and success as attainable. In this way, self-worth becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, helping us attract and achieve the things we desire. Success becomes less about external achievements and more about living in alignment with our values and passions. With a strong sense of self-worth, we stop comparing ourselves to others and start defining success on our terms. We pursue goals that resonate with who we are, not just what society expects. This leads to a more authentic, fulfilling kind of success that brings lasting joy and satisfaction. When we understand that success reflects our self-worth, we can stop seeking validation from others and start nurturing a deep belief in our value. This shift changes everything. It empowers us to create a life that mirrors our potential, resilience, and authenticity. It's a journey of coming to know, accept, and celebrate who we are, trusting that true success will follow naturally as a reflection of our inner strength and worth. Chapter 8. Practicing Inner Peace for Outer Harmony. Inner peace is more than just a calm mind. It's a state of inner balance that shapes every area of our lives. When we cultivate peace within ourselves, we radiate harmony outward, affecting our relationships, our work, and even the environments we inhabit. Imagine inner peace as the calm center of a storm. Life may throw challenges, stress, and chaos our way, but by anchoring ourselves in peace, we remain steady, resilient, and less affected by external turbulence. This chapter explores how practicing inner peace creates a foundation for harmony in our outer world. One of the most effective ways to cultivate inner peace is through mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to live in the present moment, free from anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. By focusing on the here and now, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings, which naturally reduces stress and promotes calmness. Simple practices like taking a few deep breaths, Noticing the sensations in our body or observing the sounds around us can ground us in the present and create a feeling of inner tranquility. Through mindfulness, we learn to step back from stressful thoughts and see them as passing clouds rather than truths we must act upon. Another powerful tool for inner peace is gratitude. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we cultivate a sense of contentment that brings calm to our lives. Gratitude shifts our perspective, helping us see the good even during tough times. For instance, when faced with a difficult situation, taking a moment to appreciate the support of friends, family, or personal strengths can help us feel grounded and less overwhelmed. Gratitude allows us to recognize the abundance in our lives, replacing worry and fear with a sense of satisfaction and peace. Self-compassion is equally essential for achieving inner peace. We are often our harshest critics, holding ourselves to high standards and feeling disappointed when we fall short. By practicing self-compassion, we learn to accept ourselves as we are, with flaws and imperfections. Instead of constantly striving for perfection, we start to value growth and self-acceptance. When we treat ourselves kindly, it becomes easier to extend that kindness to others, creating a ripple effect of peace and understanding in our relationships and interactions. Establishing inner peace also involves setting boundaries to protect our mental and emotional well-being. We often say yes out of obligation or fear of disappointing others, but constantly overextending ourselves leads to stress and resentment. By learning to say no when needed, we respect our limits and preserve our energy for what truly matters. Boundaries create a sense of control and security that nurtures inner calm, allowing us to approach our responsibilities and relationships from a place of balance rather than exhaustion. Meditation is another practice that strengthens our inner peace. Through meditation, we quiet the constant chatter of the mind and connect with a sense of stillness. Even just a few minutes a day can help us manage stress, improve focus, and reduce anxiety. Meditation helps us become aware of our thoughts without getting caught up in them, which makes it easier to let go of worries and approach life's challenges with a clearer mind. This inner clarity reflects outward, allowing us to respond calmly and thoughtfully, even in difficult situations. When we cultivate inner peace, it naturally extends to our interactions with others. A peaceful mind is less reactive, more empathetic, and better equipped to listen and understand. This creates harmony in our relationships, as we become less likely to engage in conflicts or be affected by others' negativity. Instead, we approach people and situations with patience and understanding, creating an atmosphere of trust and respect. By fostering inner peace, we not only improve our well-being, but also contribute to the well-being of those around us. Inner peace is also a powerful tool for resilience. Life's challenges are inevitable, but when we have a strong foundation of peace, we are better equipped to face them. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can step back, assess the situation, and choose our response mindfully. This resilience is a reflection of inner strength, allowing us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and confidence. In moments of crisis, this inner peace becomes our anchor, helping us remain calm and focused while finding solutions. Practicing inner peace is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, dedication, and self-awareness. It involves daily choices, choosing to pause, breathe, and center ourselves, choosing gratitude over resentment, choosing compassion over criticism, and choosing boundaries over burnout. Each choice brings us closer to a state of calm and balance, shaping a life that reflects harmony within and around us. Inner peace is the foundation for a life of true fulfillment. When we cultivate it, we free ourselves from the grip of external circumstances, finding joy and contentment that are not dependent on what's happening around us. This inner state radiates outward, allowing us to live in alignment with our highest values, creating a harmonious and meaningful life. By nurturing inner peace, we create a sanctuary within ourselves, a source of calm, resilience, and wisdom that guides us through all of life's challenges and joys. Chapter 9. Transforming the inner to change the outer. The world around us is often a reflection of our inner state. If we want to see real, lasting changes in our lives, the most powerful approach is to start from within. Transforming our inner world, our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions creates a ripple effect that changes our experiences, relationships, and even the opportunities that come our way. When we work on our inner growth, our outer reality begins to align with our deepest values, dreams, and aspirations. This chapter dives into how transforming our inner self can lead to profound changes in every area of life. The first step in inner transformation is becoming aware of our thoughts and beliefs. These mental patterns form the foundation of our actions and decisions, whether we realize it or not. If we carry limiting beliefs such as "I'm not good enough" or "success isn't for people like me," these thoughts become invisible barriers, holding us back from reaching our potential. By recognizing and challenging these beliefs, we begin to shift our mindset. Instead of focusing on limitations, we start to embrace possibilities, empowering us to pursue our goals with confidence. This shift is like clearing the lens through which we see the world, allowing us to perceive new opportunities and solutions we hadn't noticed before. Another essential aspect of inner transformation is emotional mastery. Our emotions significantly impact our actions and how we react to situations. For example, if we often feel anger or frustration, we may unknowingly create conflict or push people away. By learning to manage our emotions, acknowledging them without letting them control us, we create a sense of calm and resilience that transforms how we interact with others. This emotional strength helps us respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, fostering healthier relationships and reducing stress in our daily lives. Visualization is a powerful tool for transforming the inner self. By vividly imagining the life we want to live, we communicate to our subconscious mind that this vision is possible. Visualization creates a mental blueprint that guides our actions and decisions. For instance, if you visualize yourself as confident and successful, you start to make choices that align with this image, gradually becoming the person you envision. Visualization not only motivates us, but also helps us stay focused, turning our inner aspirations into outer realities. Many successful people credit visualization as a key factor in their achievements, as it primes their minds for the success they seek. Gratitude and self-compassion are also crucial for inner transformation. Practicing gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, creating a positive mindset that attracts abundance. When we regularly acknowledge the good in our lives, we develop a mindset of appreciation, which reduces stress and promotes happiness. Self-compassion, on the other hand, allows us to accept ourselves, flaws and all. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes or feeling unworthy, we learn to forgive ourselves and move forward. This attitude of kindness toward ourselves builds confidence and resilience, helping us pursue our goals without the burden of self-doubt or perfectionism. Mindfulness is a powerful practice for transforming the inner self. By being fully present in each moment, we gain clarity about our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Mindfulness helps us observe our mental patterns without judgment, allowing us to make intentional choices rather than acting on autopilot. For example, If we're aware that we tend to react negatively to criticism, mindfulness can help us pause, reflect, and choose a more constructive response. This awareness brings more control over our lives, reducing stress and improving our mental well-being. Taking consistent action is also a critical part of transforming the inner to change the outer. When we cultivate empowering beliefs, positive emotions, and a clear vision of what we want, the next step is to act in alignment with these changes. This means setting goals, making intentional choices, and practicing habits that support our growth. Small, consistent actions create momentum, gradually transforming our lives. For instance, if you want to be healthier, practicing daily exercise, mindful eating, and positive self-talk can lead to significant changes over time. Transforming the inner self requires patience and perseverance. Change is rarely instant, and the journey of inner transformation can be challenging. There will be setbacks, doubts, and days when it feels difficult to stay on track. However, by committing to growth and reminding ourselves of the vision we're working toward, we can find the strength to keep going. Each step we take toward inner transformation, no matter how small, brings us closer to the outer life we desire. When we focus on transforming the inner self, we become the architects of our reality. Our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions align to create a life that reflects our true selves. This inner change allows us to live with purpose and joy, finding fulfillment in every moment. By working from within, we cultivate a life that not only brings us closer to our dreams, but also resonates with the peace, balance, and harmony we've created inside. Transforming the inner to change the outer empowers us to live authentically, embracing each experience as a reflection of our growth and potential. This journey of inner transformation is a path to a life that is not only successful, but also deeply meaningful and aligned with our highest values. Chapter 10. Building a life in harmony with nature. Living in harmony with nature means more than simply enjoying the outdoors. It's about aligning our lives with the natural rhythms and principles of the world around us. Nature offers timeless wisdom in its cycles of growth, change, and renewal, reminding us that life unfolds in seasons and that every moment has a purpose. When we learn to live in sync with these principles, we experience greater peace, resilience, and clarity in our lives. This chapter explores how adopting the mindset of living in harmony with nature can transform our outlook, decision-making, and overall well-being. One way to live in harmony with nature is to recognize and respect the natural cycles that occur in life. Just as nature has its seasons, spring for growth, summer for flourishing, autumn for harvesting, and winter for rest, so do we. There are times in life to pursue goals with intensity and times to pause, reflect, and recharge. When we accept that not every moment needs to be productive, we reduce stress and allow ourselves to rest without guilt. For instance, after a challenging period, giving ourselves time to reflect and recover is as natural as the earth lying dormant in winter to prepare for new growth. Nature also teaches us the importance of patience and resilience. Trees don't grow overnight. They grow slowly, developing deep roots that allow them to stand tall and strong. Likewise, meaningful changes in our lives, such as building relationships, achieving goals, or personal growth, take time. When we become impatient or frustrated by slow progress, remembering the slow, steady growth of nature can give us comfort. Like a tree that withstands storms, we develop resilience by facing life's challenges and growing stronger with each experience. Living in harmony with nature also means embracing change as a constant. Nature is never stagnant. It's always evolving, adapting, and renewing itself. Just as rivers change course, trees shed their leaves and animals adapt to new environments, we too must be willing to let go of what no longer serves us and embrace the new. Change can be unsettling, but when we see it as a natural part of life's rhythm, we become more open to growth and less resistant to the unknown. Instead of fearing change, we can welcome it as a sign of evolution, trusting that each transition brings us closer to our true path. A key aspect of harmony with nature is mindfulness, living with awareness and presence. Nature exists in the present. Animals, plants, and ecosystems all function in the here and now. Practicing mindfulness helps us mirror this state, allowing us to fully experience each moment without distractions or worries about the past or future. This present-centered awareness deepens our appreciation for the world around us, whether it's savoring a meal, listening to a friend, or noticing the beauty of a sunset. By immersing ourselves in each moment, we experience a sense of peace that mirrors the natural world. Another valuable lesson from nature is the power of interdependence. In the natural world, everything is connected. Each organism, from the smallest insect to the largest tree, plays a role in maintaining balance within ecosystems. This teaches us the importance of community and connection in our lives. Just as a forest thrives through the collaboration of various plants, animals, and microorganisms, we too flourish through the relationships we build. Recognizing our interconnectedness with others encourages us to be compassionate, supportive, and mindful of the impact we have on the world and the people around us. Simplicity is also at the heart of living in harmony with nature. Nature thrives on simplicity. Every plant, animal, and natural process is efficient, fulfilling its purpose without unnecessary complexity. When we adopt simplicity in our lives, we let go of unnecessary distractions, material excess, and complicated desires that can create stress. Simplifying our lives allows us to focus on what truly matters, bringing clarity and contentment. This might mean decluttering our homes, prioritizing meaningful relationships, or letting go of goals that no longer align with our values. Like nature, when we focus on essentials, we find balance and fulfillment. Spending time in nature is another powerful way to align with its harmony. Whether it's a walk in the park, hiking in the mountains, or simply sitting in a garden, being in nature has a grounding effect on our minds and bodies. Nature reminds us of our roots, reconnecting us with a sense of peace and reminding us of our place in the larger world. Studies have shown that spending time outdoors reduces stress, improves mood, and increases creativity. By immersing ourselves in nature, we absorb its calm, beauty, and resilience, strengthening our own inner harmony. Living in harmony with nature encourages us to respect and protect the environment. When we understand our deep connection to the earth, we become more mindful of our actions. Simple choices like reducing waste, conserving energy, and supporting sustainable practices allow us to give back to the planet that sustains us. This respect for the natural world nurtures a sense of gratitude and stewardship, reminding us that we are part of something greater than ourselves. In embracing these principles, we build a life that reflects the wisdom and balance of nature. We grow with patience, adapt with resilience, live with simplicity, and appreciate the beauty of each season in life. By aligning ourselves with nature's flow, we experience a profound sense of peace and purpose, living each day as a harmonious part of the greater whole. Through this journey, we discover that by nurturing our inner nature, we not only improve our lives, but also contribute positively to the world around us. Chapter 11. Silence as a Pathway to Wisdom. Silence is more than the absence of noise. It's a powerful state that opens the door to self-awareness, clarity, and inner wisdom. In a world filled with constant chatter and distractions, we often overlook the value of silence, yet it is in these quiet moments that we connect with our true selves. Embracing silence allows us to listen deeply, not only to our inner thoughts and emotions, but also to the subtle insights and intuitions that guide us. This chapter explores how cultivating silence can lead to greater wisdom, resilience, and understanding in life. Silence creates a mental space where we can observe our thoughts without judgment. In our daily lives, we are often bombarded by thoughts and emotions that can cloud our judgment and lead to impulsive reactions. Silence acts as a pause button, giving us a chance to step back and reflect. When we intentionally take time to be quiet, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in stillness, we gain clarity about our motivations, desires, and fears. This clarity helps us make better decisions, aligning our actions with our values and long-term goals. One of the most profound benefits of silence is the development of self-awareness. When we embrace silence, we start to notice patterns in our thinking and behavior. We may recognize recurring negative thoughts, limiting beliefs or emotions we've suppressed. In silence, we can gently explore these patterns and understand their roots, empowering us to release what no longer serves us. Self-awareness allows us to act consciously rather than react automatically, creating a life that is more intentional and aligned with our true self. Silence also deepens our connection with intuition, that inner voice that guides us with wisdom beyond logic. In the noise of everyday life, it's easy to overlook this quiet voice, but when we give ourselves the gift of silence, our intuition can emerge with greater clarity. Intuition often speaks in whispers, in subtle feelings or insights that appear when we are calm and focused. By listening to this inner guidance, we gain access to a form of wisdom that helps us navigate complex situations and make choices that resonate with our heart. Practicing silence can also enhance our relationships. When we listen more and speak less, we become better at understanding others, building empathy and connection. Silence encourages us to pay full attention to the people we interact with, without interrupting or rushing to respond. This mindful listening not only improves communication, but also helps us see things from the perspective of others, reducing misunderstandings and deepening trust. By being present in silence, we create space for others to feel heard and respected, strengthening the bonds in our relationships. Another transformative aspect of silence is its ability to calm the mind and reduce stress. In moments of silence, our mind can rest from the endless stream of information and stimulation we encounter every day. Studies have shown that silence lowers blood pressure, reduces anxiety, and improves focus. This calm state not only benefits our mental and physical health, but also improves our ability to concentrate on important tasks. When we cultivate inner calm through silence, we become more resilient, better equipped to handle stress, and less affected by external chaos. In silence, we also learn the art of patience. By sitting quietly, we become comfortable with stillness, letting go of the need for constant stimulation or immediate answers. This patience extends into our lives, helping us approach challenges with a calm and steady mind. Instead of forcing solutions, we learn to trust that clarity will come in time. Silence teaches us that some questions don't need immediate answers, and that wisdom often unfolds gradually. This patience enhances our problem-solving abilities and allows us to find creative solutions without pressure. Silence offers a space for healing. When we are constantly distracted, we may ignore emotional wounds or unresolved feelings. Silence brings these feelings to the surface, allowing us to acknowledge and process them. This quiet reflection can help us release past pain and find closure, promoting emotional well-being. By sitting with our emotions in silence, we learn to accept and understand them, leading to a more balanced and peaceful state of mind. Silence cultivates a deeper appreciation for life itself. In silence, we become aware of the beauty in simplicity, the way light fills a room, the sound of the wind, or the rhythm of our breath. This awareness brings a sense of gratitude and contentment, helping us appreciate the present moment. By finding joy in these simple experiences, we cultivate a richer and more meaningful life, one that values presence over possessions and inner peace over external success. Integrating silence into our lives doesn't mean withdrawing from the world. Rather, it's about creating moments of quiet reflection amidst our daily activities. Even a few minutes of silence each day can bring profound changes, enhancing our ability to listen, understand, and grow. When we make silence a regular practice, we create a space for inner wisdom to flourish, helping us live with greater purpose, clarity, and peace. In embracing silence as a pathway to wisdom, we discover that true understanding lies within. Through silence, we gain insight into our own nature and the world around us, finding guidance that is rooted in our deepest values and truths. This inner wisdom becomes a compass, helping us navigate life with grace, resilience, and confidence. By honoring the power of silence, we enrich our lives with calm, clarity, and an unwavering connection to our true self. Chapter 12. Recognizing Signs and Synchronicities. In life, we often encounter seemingly coincidental events or subtle signs that feel meaningful and timely. These experiences, known as synchronicities, are moments when things align in ways that feel significant, offering insight or guiding us toward a deeper understanding of our path. Recognizing these signs can help us feel connected to something greater than ourselves, affirming that we're on the right path or nudging us toward important decisions. This chapter explores how paying attention to signs and synchronicities can reveal hidden guidance and inspire us to live more intuitively and intentionally. Synchronicities often occur when we're facing a major decision, experiencing emotional turmoil, or seeking answers. They may come in many forms: a random encounter with a person who offers advice you needed to hear, a book that falls into your hands with exactly the message you were looking for, or a number that keeps appearing in moments of doubt. These moments aren't just random, they can be viewed as signs from the universe, reflecting back the energy, thoughts, and intentions we hold within. By noticing these patterns, we begin to realize that life is filled with connections and meaning, encouraging us to pay attention to the messages that resonate with our journey. To recognize synchronicities, we must first cultivate a mindset of openness and curiosity. This involves setting aside skepticism and being receptive to the possibility that the universe communicates with us in subtle ways. When we approach life with curiosity and openness, we start to notice details we might have missed otherwise. Perhaps we see a repeating number, like 1111, or hear a particular song whenever we're contemplating a major life change. These patterns can carry symbolic meaning, prompting us to reflect on what they might be trying to convey. Awareness is key to understanding synchronicities. Keeping a journal of these occurrences can help us identify patterns and themes that arise over time. For instance, if you keep encountering a certain symbol or phrase, it may be guiding you toward a particular decision or reminding you of a value you hold dear. By documenting these signs, we begin to see how the universe may be nudging us in certain directions, affirming our choices, or alerting us to areas of life that need our attention. Intuition plays a significant role in recognizing and interpreting signs. Synchronicities often resonate with us on an intuitive level, creating a sense of knowing that goes beyond logic. Trusting this feeling allows us to interpret these signs in ways that feel personally meaningful. For example, seeing a butterfly after a period of hardship might symbolize transformation and growth, serving as a gentle reminder that challenges lead to personal evolution. Learning to trust our intuition when interpreting these signs enables us to connect with a deeper understanding of ourselves and the path we're on. Recognizing signs and synchronicities encourages us to become more mindful of our thoughts and intentions. The energy we project often attracts corresponding experiences, meaning that the universe reflects back what we focus on. If we're preoccupied with fear or doubt, we may encounter signs that challenge us to face these emotions. However, when we focus on positivity, purpose, and growth, we attract signs that affirm our journey, encouraging us to keep moving forward. This perspective shifts us from a passive role to an active participant in our lives, understanding that we have the power to shape our reality through our focus and intention. Synchronicities can also serve as moments of confirmation, offering assurance that we're aligned with our purpose. When we encounter a sign that resonates deeply, it can boost our confidence and reinforce our commitment to a chosen path. For example, if you've been considering a career change and suddenly meet people who inspire you in that direction, this can serve as encouragement to follow your instincts. These signs remind us that we're not alone and that there is a rhythm and order to life that we're connected to, even if we can't always see it clearly. Living in tune with signs and synchronicities enhances our sense of purpose and flow. By acknowledging these experiences, we start to see life as a cooperative journey with the universe rather than a series of random events. Each sign becomes a stepping stone, guiding us to make decisions that resonate with our true self. This perspective brings a sense of peace and trust, allowing us to navigate uncertainty with greater ease and faith. We learn that every experience, every encounter, holds a message that can illuminate our path, helping us grow and evolve. Recognizing signs also fosters gratitude and presence. When we view each synchronicity as a meaningful gift, we develop a sense of appreciation for life's mystery and beauty. Even small signs, like a kind word from a stranger or an unexpected opportunity, can remind us of the support available to us. By cultivating gratitude for these moments, we deepen our connection with the present, living in harmony with the flow of life rather than trying to control every outcome. Synchronicities remind us that we're part of a larger, interconnected universe. By tuning into these signs, we strengthen our relationship with the unseen forces guiding us and feel a greater sense of purpose. This journey of recognizing and interpreting signs allows us to walk our path with intention, open to the wisdom that life continuously offers. Embracing these signs and synchronicities becomes a practice in trust, faith, and wonder, teaching us that life is rich with meaning, even in its quietest moments. Chapter 13. Activating the Law of Attraction. The law of attraction is a powerful concept that suggests we can attract into our lives the things we focus on, intentionally or unintentionally. It operates on the principle that like attracts like, meaning that the thoughts, emotions, and energy we project can bring similar energy, experiences, and opportunities into our lives. Activating the law of attraction isn't about wishful thinking. It's about aligning our mindset, beliefs, and actions with our goals to create a life that reflects our true desires. This chapter delves into how to effectively harness the law of attraction to bring about positive changes and make our dreams a reality. To activate the law of attraction, the first step is clarifying your intentions. Knowing what you truly want is essential because the law of attraction requires a clear vision. This isn't just about vague goals like wanting to be happy or have success. Instead, it involves creating a detailed vision of your desires, whether they're related to career, relationships, health, or personal growth. The more specific you are about what you want to attract, the more focused your energy and efforts will be. For example, rather than simply wishing for a better job, envision the kind of work environment, role, and fulfillment that would genuinely excite you. Once you've clarified your desires, the next step is to visualize them regularly. Visualization is a powerful tool that trains your mind to focus on your goals, making them feel more real and achievable. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself already living your desired reality. Picture the details, the sights, sounds, feelings, and even the emotions associated with achieving your goals. Visualization not only reinforces your commitment to your dreams, but also shifts your mindset, aligning your thoughts and energy with the reality you want to create. Many successful people, from athletes to entrepreneurs, use visualization as part of their daily routine, recognizing its ability to prime the mind for success. Another essential component of the law of attraction is cultivating positive emotions that align with your desires. Feelings like gratitude, joy, and excitement raise your energy and make you more receptive to positive experiences. When you genuinely feel grateful for the blessings you already have, you attract more things to be grateful for. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, creating a mindset that's open to receiving more of what you desire. For example, instead of feeling frustrated about your current circumstances, focus on the aspects of your life that you appreciate. This shift in energy sends a message to the universe that you're ready to welcome new, positive experiences. Belief plays a crucial role in activating the law of attraction. It's not enough to want something. You must believe that it's possible and that you deserve it. Limiting beliefs such as, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve success," can block the flow of abundance into your life. To counteract these beliefs, practice affirmations that reinforce your worthiness and capability. For example, repeating statements like, "I am worthy of success," or "I am open to receiving love and abundance," can help reshape your subconscious beliefs, opening you to the possibilities around you. Building confidence in your worth and potential is key to manifesting your desires. Taking inspired action is another vital part of activating the law of attraction. While positive thoughts and beliefs set the foundation, action moves you closer to your goals. This doesn't mean working tirelessly without rest, but rather taking meaningful steps that align with your vision. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, inspired action might include choosing nutritious foods, exercising regularly, and adopting a self-care routine. Taking action demonstrates commitment to your goals, reinforcing to the universe and to yourself that you're serious about manifesting your desires. Patience and trust are also essential in the law of attraction journey. Results may not appear overnight, but by maintaining a steady focus, you allow your goals to unfold naturally. Often, impatience or doubt can lead to anxiety, which sends conflicting signals to the universe, delaying the manifestation of your desires. Trusting the process means letting go of the need for immediate results and believing that everything is happening in its own perfect timing. When you release control and trust that your desires are on their way, you create a space of openness, allowing things to flow into your life effortlessly. Aligning yourself with supportive people and environments can also amplify the law of attraction's effects. Surrounding yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you reinforces your positive mindset and keeps you motivated. Your environment plays a powerful role in shaping your thoughts and energy, so creating a space that reflects your goals and values can strengthen your connection to your desires. For instance, if you're working toward financial abundance, surrounding yourself with reminders of prosperity, like books on financial growth or visual symbols of success, can reinforce your focus and attract similar energy into your life. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that may arise as you focus on your desires. Often, the universe sends subtle signals, such as meeting the right people, coming across relevant information, or receiving unexpected opportunities that align with your goals. Recognizing these signs and taking action when they appear can accelerate the manifestation process. These moments of alignment indicate that your energy and intentions are in sync with the universe, guiding you closer to your dreams. The law of attraction teaches us that we are co-creators of our reality. By aligning our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions with our desires, we harness a powerful force that works in our favor. Living with this awareness brings purpose and empowerment to our lives, helping us attract what we genuinely desire while cultivating a positive and resilient mindset. As we become more mindful of our energy and intentions, we gain confidence in our ability to shape our lives, trusting that the universe will respond to the frequency we emit. Through the law of attraction, we realize that we are not passive observers in life, but active participants in creating the experiences we desire. This journey invites us to take responsibility for our thoughts and actions, encouraging us to live with greater intentionality and purpose. By embracing the law of attraction, we learn to dream bigger, believe in our potential, and live each day with a sense of wonder and possibility. Chapter 14. Maintaining Patience and Persistence. Patience and persistence are two powerful qualities that transform our dreams into reality. While the path to achieving our goals can be long and challenging, these qualities help us stay committed and resilient, even when progress seems slow. In a fast-paced world where immediate results are expected, cultivating patience and persistence sets us apart, allowing us to move steadily toward our aspirations without giving up. This chapter explores the importance of these qualities and how they enable us to maintain focus, overcome obstacles, and ultimately reach our goals. Patience is essential because true growth and transformation take time. Just as a seed needs time to sprout, develop roots, and grow into a flourishing plant, our goals require consistent effort and dedication to bear fruit. When we cultivate patience, we accept that meaningful achievements don't happen overnight. We learn to value the process rather than obsessing over the end result, understanding that each step we take is building towards something greater. Patience gives us the strength to continue working even when visible progress is minimal, trusting that our efforts will eventually yield results. One way to practice patience is by setting realistic expectations and breaking down our goals into manageable steps. Instead of expecting instant success, we can view each small step as an accomplishment that brings us closer to our goal. This approach not only makes the journey feel less overwhelming, but also gives us a sense of satisfaction as we complete each step. For example, if your goal is to write a book, focusing on writing a page or two a day instead of worrying about the entire project can help you stay motivated and patient throughout the process. Persistence, on the other hand, is the determination to keep going, even when faced with setbacks or difficulties. Every journey will inevitably involve challenges, moments when things don't go as planned, or when we feel discouraged or doubtful. Persistence is what keeps us moving forward during these times, reminding us that obstacles are a natural part of the journey. When we are persistent, we don't let failure or temporary setbacks define us. Instead, we learn from these experiences, adapt, and continue striving toward our goal. A key aspect of persistence is resilience. the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Resilient individuals see failure as an opportunity to grow rather than as a reason to give up. They analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again with renewed determination. This mindset shift helps transform obstacles into stepping stones, making us stronger and more capable with each challenge. Cultivating resilience allows us to maintain our focus and commitment regardless of external circumstances, which is essential for long-term success. Visualization and positive self-talk are powerful tools to enhance both patience and persistence. When we visualize ourselves achieving our goals, we create a mental image that motivates us and keeps us focused on our vision. This mental rehearsal builds confidence and prepares us to face challenges with a determined mindset. Positive self-talk, like affirming, "I am capable of achieving this," or "each step brings me closer to my goal," reinforces our belief in ourselves, helping us stay committed and patient, even when things seem difficult. Mindfulness is another valuable practice for maintaining patience. When we practice mindfulness, we focus on the present moment, rather than worrying about how long it will take to reach our goals. Mindfulness teaches us to appreciate where we are right now, celebrating the small progress we make each day. By remaining fully engaged in the process, we reduce the anxiety of waiting for results and instead find fulfillment in the journey itself. This helps us stay patient, recognizing that each moment is contributing to our ultimate goal. Support from others can also reinforce our patience and persistence. Surrounding ourselves with people who believe in us and encourage us can be a great source of strength when we feel like giving up. Whether it's friends, family, or mentors, having a support system provides motivation and perspective, reminding us of our capabilities and potential. By sharing our challenges and victories with others, we gain fresh insights and feel less alone on our journey. Maintaining patience and persistence often requires reminding ourselves of our why, the deeper reason behind our goals. When we connect with our purpose, we find the energy to keep going, even when the path is tough. For instance, if your goal is to improve your health, remembering that you want to feel strong and energized for your family can help you stay committed during moments of doubt. Knowing our purpose gives us a sense of meaning, making the effort feel worthwhile and helping us stay patient and persistent. Celebrating small milestones is another strategy to sustain patience and persistence. By acknowledging the progress we make along the way, we maintain our motivation and build momentum. Each small achievement becomes a reminder that we're moving in the right direction, boosting our confidence and reinforcing our commitment. Celebrating these steps also helps us focus on the progress we're making, rather than dwelling on how far we still have to go. Patience and persistence are qualities that shape not only our accomplishments, but also our character. When we learn to wait without frustration and persevere without giving up, we develop resilience, self-discipline, and inner strength. These qualities stay with us long after we've achieved our goals, helping us tackle new challenges with a positive mindset. We come to see the journey as a process of personal growth, learning to value each lesson and experience along the way. Patience and persistence are about trusting the process and believing in ourselves. They teach us that we are capable of achieving anything we set our minds to, as long as we remain committed and open to growth. By cultivating these qualities, we create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and lasting success. Through patience and persistence, we come to understand that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that every small effort contributes to our ultimate triumph. Chapter 15. Surrounding yourself with inspiration. The people, environments, and experiences we immerse ourselves in have a powerful influence on our mindset, motivation, and overall well-being. By surrounding ourselves with sources of inspiration, we create a supportive atmosphere that nurtures our growth, fuels our ambitions, and encourages us to pursue our highest potential. Inspiration isn't just about temporary motivation. It's about building an environment that continually uplifts us and reminds us of our purpose. This chapter explores the transformative impact of surrounding yourself with inspiration and how to cultivate a life that reflects positivity, creativity, and growth. One of the most effective ways to surround yourself with inspiration is by choosing relationships that encourage and uplift you. People who believe in your potential and support your dreams play a crucial role in helping you stay focused, resilient, and optimistic. Positive relationships create a feedback loop where each person benefits from the energy, encouragement, and ideas of the other. Seek out friends, mentors, and communities that challenge you to grow, celebrate your victories, and support you during setbacks. By building these connections, you create a network of individuals who keep you grounded and motivated, reminding you of your abilities and inspiring you to keep pushing forward. In addition to relationships, the physical environment we live and work in can significantly impact our mindset. Creating a space that feels inspiring, organized, and aligned with your values promotes a sense of peace and motivation. Simple changes, like adding plants, artwork, or meaningful quotes to your surroundings, can make a big difference. Your environment should reflect your goals and remind you of what you're working toward. For instance, if you're a writer, having a dedicated space filled with books, journals, and other creative tools can inspire you to sit down and focus. When our surroundings are intentional and uplifting, they encourage productivity, clarity, and positivity. Engaging with inspiring content is another way to enrich your environment and mindset. Books, podcasts, documentaries, and online courses are all resources that can introduce new ideas, challenge your thinking, and spark creativity. Make a habit of consuming content that aligns with your goals and values, whether it's related to personal growth, career development, or hobbies. Reading the biographies of people who have achieved success in your field, for example, can offer practical insights and inspire you to keep striving. When you regularly expose yourself to new knowledge and perspectives, you cultivate a mindset of learning and curiosity that drives continuous growth. Inspiration also comes from setting meaningful goals and tracking your progress. When we have a clear sense of purpose and direction, we feel energized and motivated to keep going. Define what success means to you and create specific, actionable goals that align with your vision. Break these goals down into smaller steps, celebrating each milestone along the way. Tracking your progress reinforces the belief that you're capable of achieving your dreams, and each accomplishment adds to your motivation. By consistently working toward your goals, you create a sense of momentum that propels you forward, making it easier to stay inspired. Connecting with nature is another powerful source of inspiration. Nature has a calming and rejuvenating effect that helps us gain perspective, reduce stress, and feel more grounded. Spending time outdoors, whether it's walking through a park, hiking in the mountains, or simply sitting in a garden, allows us to reconnect with ourselves and find peace amidst life's busyness. Nature's beauty and resilience remind us of the cycles of growth and renewal, encouraging us to embrace change and trust the journey. By immersing ourselves in the natural world, we find inspiration in its simplicity, harmony, and strength. Traveling and experiencing new cultures can also open our minds to fresh perspectives, stimulating creativity and broadening our understanding of the world. When we step outside of our comfort zone and explore new places, we encounter different ways of thinking, living, and problem-solving. These experiences expand our worldview and inspire us to approach life with a more open and adaptable mindset. Even if travel isn't always possible, trying new activities, meeting diverse people, or exploring different parts of your own community can bring fresh ideas and inspiration. Daily routines and rituals can be a source of consistent inspiration. Simple practices like morning meditation, journaling, or reading affirmations help us start each day with a positive and focused mindset. These rituals serve as daily reminders of our goals, values, and intentions, grounding us in our purpose. For instance, setting aside a few minutes each morning to visualize your goals can reinforce your commitment to them, keeping you inspired throughout the day. By incorporating these routines into your life, you create a steady source of motivation that keeps you connected to what truly matters. Remember to celebrate your progress and accomplishments, no matter how small. Recognizing your achievements, even the minor ones, reinforces the belief that you're capable of creating positive change in your life. Celebrating yourself boosts your confidence and renews your motivation, helping you stay inspired as you work toward your goals. Take time to acknowledge the progress you've made and reflect on the growth you've experienced, knowing that every step forward is a testament to your commitment and resilience. Surrounding yourself with inspiration is about creating an environment, both inner and outer, that reflects your values and encourages your growth. By carefully curating the people, places, and practices in your life, you build a foundation of positivity, support, and motivation. This inspiring environment doesn't just uplift you during difficult times, it also serves as a constant reminder of your purpose, helping you stay focused and driven. Living with inspiration empowers you to pursue your dreams with confidence and joy, knowing that you're surrounded by sources of strength and encouragement. It transforms your journey into a fulfilling adventure, where every day is filled with opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. By embracing a life infused with inspiration, you unlock your potential, connect with your highest self, and create a reality that reflects the beauty, strength, and purpose within you. Chapter 16. Overcoming Doubts and Fears. Doubts and fears are natural parts of any journey, especially when we're pursuing our dreams and stepping out of our comfort zones. They can hold us back, making us question our abilities, decisions, and worth. But when we learn to recognize and overcome these doubts and fears, they become stepping stones on our path to growth, resilience, and self-confidence. This chapter explores practical ways to manage and rise above the doubts and fears that can limit us, empowering us to embrace our full potential with courage and determination. The first step in overcoming doubts and fears is understanding that they often stem from the unknown or from previous experiences. Fear of failure, for example, might be rooted in past disappointments, while self-doubt might arise from a fear of judgment or rejection. By identifying the source of these feelings, we gain insight into what triggers them and can begin to address them more effectively. Rather than trying to ignore or suppress doubts and fears, we can see them as signals that point to areas where we need growth, resilience, or self-compassion. Self-awareness is essential in managing doubt. By becoming aware of our thoughts and inner dialogue, we can start to separate irrational doubts from legitimate concerns. For instance, thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll probably fail," often stem from insecurity rather than reality. By examining these thoughts objectively, we can challenge them and replace them with more supportive and empowering beliefs. Practices like journaling or talking with a trusted friend or mentor can help us uncover and reframe the negative thoughts that contribute to our doubts, turning self-doubt into self-empowerment. Visualization is a powerful tool for overcoming fear. When we imagine ourselves succeeding, we create a mental image of victory and confidence, which helps to counteract feelings of anxiety or self-doubt. Visualization trains our minds to see challenges as achievable, making them feel less intimidating. For example, if you're nervous about a big presentation, try visualizing yourself delivering it confidently and receiving positive feedback. Practicing this visualization regularly can help reduce fear, making the actual experience feel more familiar and less daunting when the time comes. Another key to overcoming doubt and fear is taking small, consistent actions. Fear often arises when we think of our goals as massive, overwhelming tasks. Breaking these goals down into manageable steps can make them feel more achievable and less intimidating. Each small action builds momentum and confidence, reinforcing the belief that we are capable of reaching our goals. For instance, if you're starting a new business, begin by setting smaller goals like researching the market, creating a business plan, or building a website. With each step, your confidence grows and fear gradually diminishes. Learning to embrace failure as a part of growth is also crucial. Fear of failure often stops us from taking risks, but if we view failure as a learning experience rather than a setback, it loses much of its power over us. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point, and it's through these experiences that they've gained wisdom and resilience. Instead of fearing failure, try to see it as an opportunity to improve and adapt. When we view mistakes as valuable lessons, we become more willing to take chances, knowing that each attempt brings us closer to our goals. Building a strong support system is another effective way to counter doubts and fears. Surrounding ourselves with people who encourage, believe in, and support us can help us maintain perspective and confidence. A positive support network provides reassurance during challenging times and offers valuable feedback when doubts creep in. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or like-minded peers, having people who genuinely believe in your abilities can be an immense source of strength, reminding you that you're capable of overcoming any obstacle. Practicing mindfulness can also help in managing fear and self-doubt. Mindfulness teaches us to stay present rather than getting caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. When we focus on the present moment, we reduce the what-if scenarios that fuel fear and doubt. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we become more aware of our mental patterns, allowing us to acknowledge our fears without letting them control us. This calm, centered approach helps us navigate challenges with a clear mind and greater resilience. Affirmations are another tool for building confidence and overcoming doubt. Positive affirmations reinforce beliefs that support your goals and values, helping to reshape your self-image. Phrases like, "I am capable," "I trust myself," or "I am worthy of success" can be repeated daily to counter negative self-talk and build inner strength. Over time, affirmations reshape our subconscious beliefs, making us more confident and less affected by self-doubt. Embracing a growth mindset is also essential in overcoming fear. A growth mindset encourages us to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve rather than as reflections of our worth. With a growth mindset, we see abilities and intelligence as qualities we can develop through effort and perseverance. This perspective helps reduce fear, as we realize that success isn't fixed, but rather something we can work toward. When we focus on growth rather than perfection, we feel more empowered to take risks and pursue our goals, knowing that each step contributes to our development. Celebrating small wins along the way helps us overcome self-doubt and reinforces our confidence. Acknowledging our progress, even in small amounts, reminds us that we are capable and moving in the right direction. Each achievement, no matter how minor, builds a foundation of success that we can draw upon during challenging times. By celebrating these milestones, we create a cycle of motivation and confidence, which reduces fear and strengthens our belief in our ability to succeed. Overcoming doubts and fears is a journey of self-awareness, courage, and persistence. By recognizing and addressing these emotions, we transform them from obstacles into motivators that drive us forward. With the right mindset, tools, and support, we can embrace our potential, take risks, and pursue our goals with confidence and resilience. By seeing fear as a natural part of growth and self-doubt, as an opportunity for reflection, we turn these challenges into powerful allies on our journey. As we continue to face our doubts and fears with courage, we cultivate a sense of inner strength that empowers us to live boldly, authentically, and with a deep belief in our ability to create the life we desire. Chapter 17. Trusting the unfolding process. Trusting the unfolding process means believing that everything happens for a reason, and that, in time, everything will fall into place. Life is filled with uncertainty, and we often face moments where we don't have all the answers, or the path forward isn't entirely clear. Yet, when we trust that each step, challenge, and experience has a purpose, we allow ourselves to move forward with less fear and more confidence. This chapter explores the power of trusting the process and how it helps us approach life with faith, patience, and a sense of purpose. One of the first steps in trusting the process is accepting that not everything is within our control. There will always be factors and events we can't predict or influence, but by releasing the need for control, we create space for growth, discovery, and new possibilities. When we let go of the need to control every outcome, we free ourselves from constant worry and open up to life's natural flow. This doesn't mean becoming passive. Rather, it's about doing our best with what we have and trusting that, in time, the bigger picture will make sense. Patience is essential in this process. Trusting the unfolding means understanding that not everything will happen immediately or according to our timelines. Sometimes, what we desire takes longer to manifest, or we need to overcome certain challenges before we're ready to receive it. In these moments, patience helps us remain calm and grounded, allowing us to focus on the journey rather than rushing to the destination. When we embrace patience, we learn to appreciate each phase of our journey, recognizing that even setbacks and delays contribute to our growth and prepare us for what's ahead. Developing faith in ourselves and in the universe is also a key part of trusting the process. Faith means believing that everything is unfolding in our best interest, even when we can't see the full picture. When we cultivate faith, we find comfort in the unknown, trusting that life's twists and turns are leading us exactly where we need to be. This faith helps us stay optimistic, even during difficult times, by reminding us that challenges often bring valuable lessons and opportunities. It's about trusting that there's a reason behind each experience, even if we can't fully understand it yet. Another important aspect of trusting the unfolding process is practicing gratitude. By focusing on what we already have, rather than on what we lack, we reinforce the belief that life provides us with what we need at the right time. Gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance, helping us recognize the positive aspects of our journey and reinforcing the belief that everything is working out. When we regularly practice gratitude, we align ourselves with a mindset of positivity and openness, which attracts even more positive experiences into our lives. Mindfulness is a valuable practice for trusting the process, as it teaches us to live in the present moment without being overwhelmed by worries about the future. By grounding ourselves in the here and now, we become less anxious about what lies ahead, and we can focus more on the tasks at hand. Mindfulness reminds us that each moment has its own purpose, whether it's learning a new skill, building relationships, or simply experiencing joy. When we approach life with mindfulness, we appreciate the journey as much as the destination, finding value in every experience along the way. Building resilience is also essential in trusting the process. Life will inevitably have ups and downs, but by strengthening our resilience, we become better equipped to handle challenges with grace. Resilience allows us to bounce back from setbacks, view failures as lessons, and approach obstacles with a growth mindset. When we trust the process, we understand that challenges are not dead ends, but rather temporary detours that ultimately contribute to our strength and wisdom. This perspective helps us face difficulties without losing faith, knowing that each challenge brings us closer to our goals. Listening to our intuition is another way to trust the unfolding process. Our intuition often guides us toward choices that align with our true path, even if they don't make logical sense at the time. By tuning into this inner voice, we connect with our deepest desires and values, making decisions that feel right for us. Trusting our intuition means having faith in our own inner wisdom and recognizing that we have an innate sense of direction, even when external circumstances seem uncertain. Releasing attachment to specific outcomes is also crucial in trusting the process. When we're overly attached to one particular outcome, we may overlook other opportunities that could lead to even greater fulfillment. By letting go of rigid expectations, we allow the universe to surprise us, opening the door to possibilities we hadn't considered. This mindset helps us stay flexible and adaptable, embracing each experience as it comes without feeling disappointed if things don't go exactly as planned. Trusting the process means understanding that sometimes life has a better plan than the one we envisioned. Another tool to support this trust is visualization. When we create a clear vision of what we want and keep it in our mind's eye, we communicate our desires to the universe. Visualization serves as a gentle reminder of our goals while allowing us to remain open to how they manifest. This combination of focus and flexibility strengthens our trust in the process, as we become confident that, in time, our vision will come to fruition in ways we may not even anticipate. Reflecting on past experiences can reinforce our trust in the process. By looking back at times when things didn't go as planned, yet ultimately led to positive outcomes, we gain confidence that life has a way of working itself out. These reflections remind us that many of our best experiences and lessons came from situations we hadn't anticipated. Recognizing this pattern helps us let go of worry and embrace the present, trusting that each moment is part of a greater journey leading us to where we need to be. Trusting the unfolding process is about surrendering control, embracing patience, and believing that life has a purpose, even when the path is unclear. By cultivating qualities like faith, resilience, and gratitude, we find peace in uncertainty and confidence in the journey. Trusting the process helps us live with intention and presence, allowing us to enjoy each step without being weighed down by doubts or fears. Ultimately, this trust empowers us to move forward with an open heart and mind, knowing that life's unfolding is guiding us toward our highest potential and deepest fulfillment. Chapter 18. Letting go of control. Letting go of control is one of the most liberating yet challenging practices on our journey. As humans, we often crave certainty, trying to steer every aspect of our lives to achieve specific outcomes. While having goals and ambitions is essential, excessive control can lead to stress, disappointment, and anxiety. By learning to let go of control, we open ourselves to life's natural flow, inviting growth, spontaneity, and possibilities beyond what we could have imagined. This chapter explores the power of surrendering control and how it can bring greater peace, resilience, and fulfillment. Letting go of control starts with recognizing what we can and cannot influence. Many aspects of life, other people's actions, unexpected events, or external circumstances, are beyond our control. By accepting this, we relieve ourselves of the burden of constantly trying to manipulate outcomes. Instead, we can focus on what is within our control, our actions, responses, and mindset. This shift helps us navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease, empowering us to act with intention while releasing the need to manage every detail. One of the most freeing aspects of letting go is that it allows us to experience the present moment fully. When we're constantly trying to control outcomes, we may become preoccupied with the future, missing the beauty and opportunities of the present. By focusing on the here and now, we invite a sense of peace and appreciation for each moment, allowing life to unfold naturally. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful way to ground ourselves in the present, reminding us that the only moment we truly have control over is this one. Letting go of control also involves releasing attachment to specific outcomes. Often, we get so fixated on a particular result that we overlook other, possibly better, opportunities. By remaining open to different outcomes, we allow life to guide us in directions we might not have considered. This openness encourages flexibility and adaptability, helping us respond gracefully to changes and setbacks. For instance, if we're set on achieving a specific career goal, being open to other possibilities might lead us to unexpected roles or paths that ultimately bring greater fulfillment. Embracing uncertainty is another essential part of letting go. Uncertainty can be uncomfortable as it forces us to confront the unknown. However, when we learn to make peace with uncertainty, we gain resilience and inner strength. Embracing the unknown allows us to develop trust in ourselves and in life, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can view it as a source of potential and opportunity, realizing that some of our greatest experiences may come from situations we couldn't have planned for. Practicing acceptance is a powerful tool in the process of letting go. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up on our goals or settling for less. It means acknowledging reality as it is and working from there. When we accept situations we cannot change, we free ourselves from frustration and resistance, allowing us to respond calmly and constructively. Acceptance helps us navigate life with grace, recognizing that while we may not have control over every outcome, we have control over our attitude and actions. This mindset transforms challenges into learning experiences, empowering us to grow through adversity. Trusting in life's timing is also essential in letting go of control. Often, we set rigid timelines for our goals, expecting everything to happen exactly when we want it to. However, life operates on its own timeline, and some things take longer than expected. Trusting that everything unfolds at the right time helps us relax, reducing the pressure we put on ourselves to achieve everything immediately. This trust allows us to enjoy the journey rather than being consumed by impatience, understanding that sometimes delays bring valuable lessons or prepare us for what's ahead. Letting go of control can enhance our relationships as well. Often, we try to control how others think, behave, or respond, especially with loved ones. This can create tension and resentment, as no one enjoys feeling controlled or manipulated. By releasing the need to control others, we allow them the freedom to be themselves, fostering trust and respect. This acceptance strengthens our connections, creating healthier and more authentic relationships built on mutual understanding rather than expectations. One powerful practice for letting go of control is surrendering our worries and intentions to a higher power or the universe. This doesn't mean abandoning our desires or goals, but rather trusting that we are supported and guided even when things don't go as planned. By surrendering our fears and desires, we create space for divine guidance, opening ourselves to possibilities beyond what we could orchestrate on our own. Many people find peace in practices like prayer, meditation, or simply affirming, "I trust the universe to bring what is best for me." This faith helps us find comfort in the unknown, knowing that we are not alone on our journey. Gratitude is another transformative tool in letting go of control. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our mindset from what we lack or want to control to the abundance that already exists in our lives. Gratitude reminds us that we are already whole and complete, encouraging us to release the need for everything to be perfect or planned. By appreciating the present, we reduce the urge to control every aspect of the future, finding contentment in what we already have. Letting go of control helps us cultivate resilience and adaptability. Life is constantly changing, and those who adapt are better equipped to handle unexpected challenges. When we release the need for rigid control, we become more flexible, learning to go with the flow. This adaptability not only reduces stress, but also enhances our ability to thrive in changing circumstances. We learn to approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness, viewing each experience as part of our growth. Letting go of control is about embracing the flow of life, finding peace in uncertainty, and trusting that everything unfolds as it should. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we create a stable foundation that allows us to face life's changes with confidence. Letting go empowers us to live with greater freedom, resilience, and joy, appreciating each moment without the need for rigid plans or expectations. As we learn to let go, we discover a newfound sense of inner peace and liberation. We become more connected to ourselves, more open to life's possibilities, and more resilient in the face of challenges. Ultimately, letting go of control helps us live a more balanced and fulfilling life, where we can pursue our goals with intention and embrace each experience with trust and grace. Chapter 19. Embracing solitude for self-discovery. In a world that often equates success and happiness with constant social interaction and external validation, solitude is a powerful yet often overlooked tool for self-discovery. Embracing solitude allows us to step away from the noise, distractions, and expectations of others, giving us the space to connect with ourselves on a deeper level. Solitude is not about isolation or loneliness. It's about creating intentional time for self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth. This chapter explores how solitude can be a transformative practice, helping us understand our true desires, values, and purpose. One of the first benefits of solitude is that it provides us with a space to listen to our inner voice. When we're surrounded by constant input from others, it's easy to lose touch with our own thoughts and feelings. Solitude gives us the quiet needed to reflect, listen to our intuition, and reconnect with our core values. In these moments of silence, we begin to understand who we truly are, separate from societal expectations or external influences. This self-awareness is essential for making authentic choices that align with our true selves, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Solitude also encourages emotional healing. When we allow ourselves to sit with our thoughts and feelings without distraction, we create an opportunity to process unresolved emotions or past experiences. Often we avoid solitude because it can bring up uncomfortable feelings we'd rather ignore, but facing these emotions head-on is a crucial part of healing. In solitude, we can acknowledge our fears, regrets, and pain, giving ourselves the chance to release them and move forward. This process of emotional release and acceptance helps us build resilience, making us stronger and better prepared to handle future challenges. Another powerful aspect of solitude is that it fosters creativity. When we're alone, without the influence of other people's opinions, we're free to explore our ideas and imagination. Many artists, writers, and innovators turn to solitude to find inspiration and clarity for their work. In moments of solitude, our minds can wander, connect ideas, and uncover new perspectives that may not have emerged in a crowded or busy environment. Whether it's journaling, drawing, or simply daydreaming, solitude provides a fertile ground for creativity to flourish, allowing us to express our unique ideas and talents. Solitude also strengthens our sense of independence. By spending time alone, we learn to rely on ourselves for validation, comfort, and companionship, reducing the need for constant approval from others. This self-sufficiency builds confidence, reminding us that we are whole and complete as we are. When we learn to enjoy our own company, we become less dependent on external sources of happiness, developing a deeper sense of inner peace. This independence empowers us to make choices based on our values and desires, rather than seeking validation or approval from others. In solitude, we gain clarity about our goals and priorities. The distractions of daily life can make it difficult to see the bigger picture, leading us to lose sight of what truly matters. When we set aside time to reflect in solitude, we can evaluate our current path, identify our goals, and reassess our priorities. This focused self-reflection helps us make intentional decisions, setting a course that aligns with our dreams and values. For example, taking time alone to think about career goals or personal ambitions can reveal what truly excites us, helping us pursue paths that feel purposeful rather than simply following the crowd. Practicing solitude helps us cultivate inner peace. When we learn to be comfortable in our own company, we develop a sense of calm and acceptance within ourselves. Solitude teaches us that peace doesn't come from external sources. It's something we cultivate internally. This inner calm allows us to face life's challenges with greater resilience and composure, knowing that we can find refuge within ourselves. As we develop this inner sanctuary, we become less affected by the chaos or negativity of the outside world, empowering us to live with a sense of balance and groundedness. Solitude also enhances our relationships with others. When we spend time alone, we gain insight into our own needs, boundaries, and values, making us more authentic in our interactions with others. Understanding ourselves allows us to communicate more openly, set healthy boundaries, and choose relationships that align with our values. Embracing solitude can also increase our empathy and appreciation for others. By understanding our own strengths and weaknesses, we become more accepting and understanding of others. This self-awareness enables us to build healthier, more meaningful relationships. For many, embracing solitude involves creating a daily or weekly ritual to spend time alone. This could be as simple as taking a walk in nature, journaling, meditating, or practicing yoga. These moments of solitude don't need to be lengthy. Even a few minutes of uninterrupted time alone each day can provide significant benefits. By making solitude a regular practice, we create a space for self-discovery and reflection, which can be incredibly grounding in our busy, interconnected lives. One important aspect of embracing solitude is overcoming the fear of loneliness. Many people avoid spending time alone because they associate solitude with feelings of isolation. However, loneliness and solitude are not the same. Loneliness stems from a sense of lack or disconnection, whereas solitude is a choice to connect more deeply with oneself. By embracing solitude, we shift our perspective, recognizing it as an opportunity to recharge, reflect, and grow rather than something to fear. Over time, solitude becomes a source of strength, comfort, and inner harmony. In solitude, we also learn to appreciate the simplicity of life. Without the need for constant stimulation or entertainment, we find joy in small, quiet moments, the warmth of a cup of tea, the beauty of a sunset, or the sound of birdsong. This appreciation for simplicity cultivates gratitude and contentment, reminding us that happiness doesn't always come from external sources. By finding peace and joy in our own company, we develop a sense of wholeness that enriches every aspect of our lives. Embracing solitude is a transformative practice that deepens our understanding of ourselves and our purpose. Through solitude, we gain clarity, creativity, emotional resilience, and inner peace. It's a journey of self-discovery that teaches us to be comfortable with who we are, independent of others' validation or approval. By creating intentional time for solitude, we unlock our potential, cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves, and build a life that reflects our true values and aspirations. In learning to embrace solitude, we ultimately discover that the most important relationship we have is with ourselves, and from this foundation, all other aspects of our lives flourish. Chapter 20. Embracing self-discovery through solitude. In solitude lies the gateway to profound self-discovery, a process that can lead us to understand our deepest desires, values, and purpose. Embracing time alone allows us to step away from the external noise, freeing us from societal pressures and expectations. Through solitude, we can cultivate a relationship with our inner self, exploring who we truly are beneath the surface. This chapter delves into the transformative journey of self-discovery through solitude and how it can empower us to lead a more fulfilling, authentic life. One of the primary benefits of solitude is that it creates a safe space for introspection. When we are alone, we have the freedom to examine our thoughts, emotions, and patterns without judgment or outside influence. This time alone allows us to ask questions like, "What truly makes me happy?" or "What do I want to accomplish in my life?" Without the distraction of others' opinions, we can begin to recognize our true preferences, strengths, and areas for growth. In this process, we become more self-aware, gaining insight into the beliefs and motivations that guide our actions. Solitude also helps us confront and understand our fears. Often, we avoid being alone because it can bring up uncomfortable feelings or unresolved emotions. However, by facing these emotions, we learn to process them in a healthy way, building resilience and emotional strength. For example, if we're dealing with past regrets or fears of inadequacy, solitude allows us to sit with these feelings, understand their origins, and gradually release them. This emotional healing enhances our ability to move forward without being held back by past experiences, enabling us to approach life with a clearer and more confident perspective. In solitude, we also reconnect with our creativity and imagination. When we allow ourselves uninterrupted time alone, we give our minds space to wander, explore new ideas, and envision possibilities. Solitude fosters creativity by removing the need to conform to others' expectations, allowing us to think freely and express our authentic selves. Whether through journaling, drawing, or brainstorming, solitude can become a wellspring of inspiration, helping us tap into ideas and dreams we may not have uncovered in a busy social setting. Another powerful aspect of solitude is that it strengthens our sense of independence and self-reliance. When we spend time alone, we become comfortable with our own company, learning to enjoy and value ourselves without needing constant validation from others. This self-sufficiency is empowering, reminding us that we don't need to rely on external sources for happiness or fulfillment. The confidence we build through solitude makes us more resilient, helping us face challenges with assurance and courage. By learning to be content on our own, we free ourselves from the need to seek approval, which allows us to live more authentically. Solitude also gives us clarity in setting our goals and intentions. When we disconnect from the demands of daily life, we can reflect on what truly matters to us. In this space, we can assess our current path and decide if it aligns with our values and long-term aspirations. By taking time alone to set intentions, we create a roadmap that resonates with our true desires rather than conforming to societal expectations. This intentional goal setting helps us stay focused and motivated, creating a life that reflects our unique passions and values. Practicing solitude helps us find inner peace by cultivating mindfulness. When we're alone, we can focus on the present moment, noticing our surroundings, thoughts, and feelings without distraction. This mindfulness allows us to slow down and appreciate life's simple joys, from the warmth of the sun to the sound of birdsong. By grounding ourselves in the present, we reduce stress and anxiety, finding a sense of calm that remains with us even in challenging situations. This inner peace becomes a sanctuary we can return to whenever we need clarity or comfort. Embracing solitude also enhances our relationships with others. When we understand ourselves deeply, we bring authenticity and confidence into our interactions. We become better listeners, more empathetic, and more attuned to others' feelings, creating stronger, more meaningful connections. Solitude helps us set healthy boundaries as well, allowing us to define what we need from our relationships and ensuring that we protect our energy and well-being. This self-awareness fosters healthier, more balanced relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding. For those new to solitude, it can be helpful to start by creating a daily or weekly ritual dedicated to alone time. This could be as simple as spending a few minutes meditating, journaling, or taking a walk in nature. These moments of quiet reflection allow us to reconnect with ourselves, turning solitude into a regular practice that enriches our lives. By carving out time for solitude, we begin to view it not as something to avoid, but as a valuable opportunity for self-growth and discovery. It's also important to embrace the difference between solitude and loneliness. While loneliness stems from a sense of lack or disconnection, solitude is a chosen state that brings us closer to ourselves. By shifting our mindset, we can see solitude as an opportunity to recharge, reflect, and grow, rather than something to fear. Over time, we develop a sense of comfort in our own company, finding fulfillment and joy in simply being with ourselves. As we deepen our relationship with ourselves, we also cultivate gratitude and contentment. When we learn to find happiness within, we realize that fulfillment doesn't come solely from external achievements or relationships. Solitude teaches us to appreciate our unique qualities, strengths, and journey. This self-acceptance creates a foundation of inner peace and happiness that radiates into every aspect of our lives. Embracing solitude for self-discovery is a transformative practice that leads to greater self-awareness, emotional healing, creativity, and independence. By dedicating time,